Hi, I'm Johnny Bench, Hall of Fame catcher. Staying safe in my career had a lot to do with the right protection and the right training. Believe me, when someone is throwing a baseball north of 90 miles an hour to you or a runner is trying to score, you need all the training and protection you can get. Well, the same is true in your job. At Senco, we design all tools with safety features to help protect you. But unless you have taken the time to develop a solid working knowledge of all the equipment you use in your job and how to operate it safely, you may be putting yourself at risk for injury. As a professional baseball player, no one had to remind me to take safety precautions seriously. In a job like yours, the chance of a sudden injury may not seem that great, but it is if you do not properly maintain or understand the proper way to use your tools. Each year, workers are injured by improperly using tools or by simply not taking basic safety precautions. Cordless, corded, or air-powered, all Senco fastening tools are carefully designed and engineered to help you get the best results and maximize productivity on the job. But it's important to remember and respect the amount of power these tools can deliver. Without the proper knowledge and training on any piece of equipment, injuries can occur. Every day before I took my position behind the plate, I started with a routine of putting on my catcher's gear. Developing a routine of your own that makes safe use automatic is one of the most important things you can do to prevent injuries on the job. The perfect place to start is your tool operator's manual. Every Senco tool comes with an operator's manual that explains how to safely operate the tool and includes critical warnings. You should never operate a tool without first reading the manual. If your tool becomes separated from the manual, you can find and review them online at www.senco.com. For hands-on training, ask your supervisor or Senco representative for a demonstration of the tool's proper use. Just as it's routine for every good catcher to wear a protective face mask when you're behind the plate, your routine should always include safety glasses when operating equipment. This should be automatic. Before you pick up your tools, put on your safety glasses. Operating equipment without the proper eye protection may be a violation of federal law and puts you at risk for permanent injury. Make it a habit to never plug in your tool, connect it to an air supply, or operate it until you put on your OSHA-required eye protection. Also, make sure everyone around your work area does the same. If you operate equipment without the proper eye protection, you may not only lose your eyesight, you may affect and could affect your livelihood. OSHA-required safety glasses are designed to keep you safe. Protect yourself. Protect your sight. Make it a habit of wearing your safety glasses when operating any equipment on the job. Senco tools are designed for high levels of performance and safety, but because of their power, anyone using a Senco tool has a great deal of responsibility. It's your job to use and maintain these tools correctly, and that includes using proper power sources and air pressure. When using air-powered tools, it's critical that you only connect them to clean, dry, regulated compressed air at the recommended air pressures. Never use air pressure in excess of the limits stamped on the tool and stated in the operator's manual. And never use oxygen, carbon dioxide, or other bottled gases. Another good safety habit to form is removing your finger from any firing trigger when you're not driving fasteners. It's a matter of conditioning. Remove your finger the second you stop firing every time, and it will become a reflex. Many avoidable injuries happen just because someone bumped into something or someone when they still had their finger on the trigger. Also, always keep your tool pointed down and away from yourself and others when not in use. Never walk around with your finger on the trigger, and always make sure air-powered tools are pointed at the ground when detaching air supply lines. It's best to always treat a tool as if it is loaded with fasteners and ready to fire. So never point it at yourself or others at any time. Don't hesitate to remind coworkers on your work site if you ever see them mishandling a tool. Tool safety, springs, and triggers should never be altered or removed. Removing safety features on a tool is not only dangerous, but it may be illegal. Make sure to inspect and clean your tools daily to make sure the safety and triggers are moving freely. Never use the tool if either the safety or trigger sticks or binds. And never use if any parts are missing, inoperable, loose, or damaged. Tools should only be fired into your work surface and never fired into surfaces that are too hard for fasteners to penetrate. Also, be careful not to drive fasteners too close to the edge of a work surface or at too steep of an angle. Conditions like this could cause fasteners to fly free and possibly injure you or someone else. This is another reason for you and others nearby to always wear safety glasses. Tools should always be disconnected from their power source before maintenance is performed on them or if you are leaving your workstation. Always use parts and fasteners recommended by the tool's manufacturer, and never modify a tool before consulting your representative or customer support. All of this comes back to our main point. At Senco, we design all of our tools with safety features to help protect you. But unless you have taken the time to develop a solid working knowledge of the tools and how to operate them safely, you may be putting yourself at risk for injury. Remember, start with the operator's manual and then develop your own safety checklist to go through every day. Never operate a tool without first reading the manual. Always wear safety glasses when working with tools. Only connect air-powered tools to clean, dry, regulated, compressed air. Never exceed the maximum air pressure or use bottle gas with air-powered tools. Keep your finger off the trigger when you're not driving fasteners. Never carry a tool around with your finger on the trigger. Never use a tool that has a damaged or altered safety, springs, or trigger. And always treat your tools with the respect and caution this power demands. At Senco, we design every tool with safety in mind, and we want all of our customers to have long, injury-free careers using Senco tools. That's why we put safety first at Senco, and we encourage you to do the same on your work site. For a printed copy of Senco Safe Tool recommendations, ask your supervisor or Senco representative. Additional safety information can also be found online at www.senco.com. On behalf of all of us at Senco, thank you for taking the time to review this safety video, and we hope you have a Senco safe work site every day.